Hello everyone, how you doing? So today we are talking about the Manticore, the terror of the desert. The Manticore is a legendary creature of Persian origin, its name roughly translating into man-eater, with mardia meaning man and chor meaning to eat. Prominently mentioned by the Greek physician Ctesias in the 4th century BC, the myth of the Manticore eventually found its way into European folklore. In his book Indica, he thoroughly describes the beast, which is supposedly living in India, as having the body of a large lion with a long spiked tail at its rear and a human-like face, with 3 rows of teeth in the upper and lower jaw, making it able to devour its prey completely. It is also said that the Manticore has venomous spikes on the end of its tail, which can be shot like arrows if he swings it. In other accounts, it is described as the tail of a scorpion. Now I'd like to note that in modern times, the Manticore is almost always depicted with wings. Even though I could not figure out why this is the case, it is most certainly a modern invention and not the Manticore how it was originally envisioned. The venom in its tail is said to kill any living creature instantly except for the elephant, which is probably linked to its size. However, Ctesias contradicts himself later on when he says that the Manticore is unable to kill a lion. He doesn't specify if that's because the lion is the superior creature in general, or maybe just being quick enough to dodge the tail, much stronger, or just immune to its venom. Here I'd like to note that both lion and elephant were considered quite majestic and powerful animals, so maybe that's why it was believed that they could overpower the terrifying Manticore. Now, the foot-long spikes, which it can shoot out, also have a neat little side effect if they hit the ground, but the wording in this ability's description is a bit vague, so bear with me here. It is written that in the places where those stings have been let fly, others spring up, so that this evil produces a crop. It can either mean that more of these spikes shoot up from below the ground, or it can mean that other manticores spring up, which is the cooler concept, but less likely, I think. Another thing which makes the Manticore special is that it almost exclusively hunts for humans, waiting for either singled out ones or favorably ones traveling in groups of 3 or 4, being said to be able to take them out with relative ease. Interestingly enough, Ctesias did not only claim to have encountered a Manticore himself, but also said that the Indians hunt for young Manticores before their stings are fully developed, to kill them before they become dangerous. And while most historians, even in ancient times, were very skeptical regarding the existence of the Manticore, some at least acknowledged that it could be possible for such an animal to exist. A good example of this is Pliny the Elder, through whom's description of the Manticore found its way into European folklore, being mentioned in Dante's Inferno and being prominently described by the English author Edward Topsell in the early 17th century. Even in pop culture today, the Manticore is to be found here and there. Famous examples include books like the Percy Jackson series or games like Castlevania. Anyway, that was a short summary of what the Manticore is or was. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. You can of course also leave any suggestions for future videos in the comments down below. May the gods be with you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.